Hi, I am Dr. Allison Poss, and I'm the founder of Girls with Ideas. Last year, I was working as a school psychologist in an elementary school in Iowa City, and we were having a lot of problems with the students. Students were bullying each other, they were disengaged in learning, they weren't showing up for class, and a lot of the students who were doing well were overlooked because we were dealing with these issues. So, the school decided to implement a leadership program for the boys in the school. They implemented a leadership program for the boys in 5th and 6th grade to help start working on these problems. I went to the principal and I said, that's awesome that we're working to solve these problems, but I'm just curious, why don't we have a girls' leadership curriculum to complement this? And she said, I would love to, Allison, I just don't know of any. And I said, oh, I'll find one. So I went to search for curriculums. I asked all my school psychologist friends, went into my databases, and I encountered the same problem. There were no curriculums that I could access as a psychologist that were written in the last 30 years that I could find. And then I thought to myself, I'm the perfect person to solve this problem. So a little background on me. I am a licensed school psychologist. I also research creativity. I started researching play and how that's a form of intelligence, and then I transitioned my research into how innovation works in organizations. I also have a doctorate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, where I study leadership, and I have volunteered for 14 years for the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference, where I plan global youth conferences for high school students around the topic of leadership. So looking at this problem in my school and looking at my skill sets, these in my life had always been siloed fascinations and things that I separated, and this was a great time for all of those skills and passions to come together for me to write a leadership curriculum for my school, and that's what I did. I brought together these girls, and the first time we met, I had a new book at the time that was called #GirlBoss with me, because I was reading it over my lunch break, and the girls saw it and they said, that's what we want our name to be. We want to be called the Girl Bosses. So this group are my girl bosses, and they're the group that I piloted my leadership curriculum with last spring. I challenged them in my curriculum to come up with 2 ideas that would help the school because the school is experiencing so many problems. The first idea they came up with was to teach kindness to the other kids, but they thought it'd be great to start with kindergartners so they could learn kindness in kindergarten and then go through the school being kind. This is them going into the kindergarten classrooms. They would teach 2 lessons a week on kindness. It was really awesome. The second idea they had was to help the reading scores of the school. Their school had the lowest reading scores in the school district, so they thought, what if we made reading fun? We could make a really fun place for all the kids to read, they'd read more, and then we would have high reading scores. So they found this garden that was neglected at their school, and they decided to make it into a reading garden. And so my curriculum helped them implement this idea. We talked about how do you make plans. This is their blueprint for the garden of their idea. How do you market your idea? This is them pitching at a kid's minnow tank pitch competition about their idea to earn funding. We are on news sites, media. How do you gather people to support your idea? How do you put in hard work? They recruited their classmates and they worked hard on actually redoing this garden after school. They designed and got a free little library that they painted. They held a book drive. They had to write girl bosses on the free little library that was in the garden. And in the end, they raised over $1,000, made a beautiful reading garden, and we learned leadership skills along the way. The skills that I feel are most important to kids are the skills that we don't directly teach in schools. And so through this project, we found that not only it helped the girls, but it helped solve some of the problems that the school was having that the adults were having trouble figuring out. They were great role models to model kindness. They engaged the students in their classroom. We got a lot of local press, and a lot of my fellow school psychologists and parents were contacting me, asking me for copies of the lessons I was using. So I decided that this was a problem that wasn't only important to me, but important to other people. So I called one of my other friends that I do a lot of leadership programs with, and we decided to make this into a curriculum to share with other people. And we've been piloting lessons ever since. So Girls with Ideas is a leadership curriculum that targets girls ages 8 to 13 and directly teaches leadership skills through the process of implementing an idea. There's 4 sections to my curriculum: discovering your own personal leadership style, talking about why ideas are important, how to make an idea happen, and then talking about how to lead with confidence and some of the differences there are in being a girl leader versus a boy leader. A huge difference in my curriculum to other curriculums that are out there is that I also have a home curriculum for parents to implement. So I have two versions, one for a group of girls at school and one that a parent can do with their young girl at home. The customers that I'm targeting are school psychologists like myself, counselors, and teachers to implement this in a school or after-school program, parents of young girls who want to do this at home, and I've also had a lot of interest from different leadership camps and programs who are looking for lessons to use in their programs. We're launching our first version of the curriculum in January. We have a digital download that includes the lesson and then also an idea book, which is like a little participant workbook for the girls. In March, we're on track to have bound core curriculums that will be available via our website. And in June, we're on track to have online sales of branded merchandise, but also expansions of the curriculum that are in different areas. So if girls have ideas in the area of STEM, or if they have ideas about community service, ideas about arts, music, or ideas about entrepreneurship in a business that they want to start, we'll have specific lessons available at that time that are in addition to our core curriculum for those girls. And by August, we hope to have a community of girls to support who have ideas. What I'm doing is I'm teaching girls with ideas how to become women with vision, and that's something that I really believe in. So thank you for listening. You can go to our website at girlswithideas.com to see more about the Girl Bosses and to contact me. Thank you.